It's great. I loved how Draymond and Steph and Jimmy, our vets, really established the tone. Even before the game started at shoot-around, they were locked in, and it showed right from the outset.
How much of a stress reliever is a night like tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a great night for us with the back-to-back to keep everybody under 25 minutes or so. I guess Steph was almost at 26, but and then to get a lot of minutes for guys off the bench. I mean, it's always important, to keep the spirits up when you're one of the guys who doesn't play a whole lot. Really happy for Trace. With Quentin out, we had him in the rotation from the beginning of the game, and he really responded and played well, made some big plays for us out there. And he's kept such a great attitude and worked so hard during this time, the last couple of months, and showed who he is.
Was that an easy decision to bring him back into the rotation tonight, post out?
Yeah, with Quentin out, made perfect sense to reward Trace. We needed minutes at the 5 anyway. And like I said, I thought he looked really good.
Coach, you guys have the third best defensive rating in the NBA since the All-Star break tonight, only 61 points for the Suns through 3 quarters. I'm just curious, in your opinion, what makes you guys so special on that end of the floor?
It starts with Draymond Green. The first 7 minutes of the game were an absolute defensive clinic. I was just blown away watching all the nuance to what he was doing, helping everywhere, taking away angles, showing out on pick and rolls. We were switching some, but he was kind of mixing and matching. And the guy's a one-man wrecking crew. He really is. Jimmy has come in and fortified our defense. He's also brilliant at that end of the floor, and I think Draymond and Jimmy really work well together. And it's been fun to watch them, get more and more comfortable, as Jimmy racks up the games here.
Jimmy plays a lot of power forward for you guys. I was curious, is that something, does he really seem to enjoy the physicality of playing down low and having to take on that challenge? Jimmy's really strong. He is strong as an ox. And the other night we had him on Zach Edey in Memphis. And you can put him on anybody, really. He's an amazing player.
Brandon's 3-level scoring, what kind of dynamic does that open up for you guys?
It's changed everything, just the last month or so, knocking down the threes, feeling so confident back there. But the way he can get to the rim, uses Euro step, the way he runs through the catch against closeouts and breaks the defense down and either scores or finds somebody else for an open shot. Brandon is generating a ton of offense for us.
Do you feel like he's taking a leap? Or I guess how sustainable is that?
I do. Yeah, he's definitely taken a leap the last month. And, it's really coincided with Jimmy's arrival. The two of them have this great connection. Brandon solidified his spot as a starter. And, I've always felt when you can stack together a lot of high IQ players, the game becomes easier for everyone. And that's what I'm seeing right now between Jimmy, BP, Draymond, Steph. It's really fun to watch them all click.
So we're always tracking for success, courtesy of our great friends at MyFitnessPal. Don't settle for contested shots. See, now I didn't see many contested shots coming from the Phoenix Suns defense. We discussed how bad they were defensively, but boy, it was like a scrimmage day.
It really was. The Warriors had Phoenix running all around the court, and that's what you want. That's how you get those open shots, all that off-ball movement. They did a great job finding the open shots and knocking them down.
Look, I know the Warriors committed 15 turnovers, but they only had 2 in the first half. Only that's when this game was over.
No question, and then wound up being a +9 points off turnovers. Always an important stat for the Warriors, and by not turning the ball over as much, Bonte, you see it up there, they got 93 field goal attempts.
And Devin Booker, he had 21 at the half. Didn't score anything in the second half. Warriors did a job on him as he was 0 for 5 from the floor in the second half, Z.
And he had no one to pass to, no one to share the ball with. And so overall, the Warriors did a wonderful job on defense, on him, shutting him down the second half, and then just rendering anything that Phoenix wanted to do on offense useless.
Nobody passed the ball to him. Looking at Bradley Beal here, smiling through it all.
As Steve Kerr said, I thought the Warriors got off to another good start. Defensively, they were really good. But this Phoenix Suns team looks like they want nothing to do with a play-in, a play-out, a play-off, anything.
Play.
They
It's
want to
unwatchable.
play golf.
It was unwatchable at times.
That's about it. They don't want anything to do with the. They're done.
They should give fans
done.
their money back for attending that game tonight.
I would
Free
agree.
nachos,
That was
hot dogs,
bad.
whatever it is. And Bradley Beal, I know we're going to get to Jimmy Butler here, but 3 of 8, 1 of 6 from the three-point line, 7 points, 4 assists, and a lot of smiles from Bradley Beal today.
I mean,
So
he
it's-
shrugged off his second foul, went to the bench, kind of was like, me? Okay. Like, it's just
They're
bad.
done. They're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done. Let's move on from
Bad
Phoenix.
juju around.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Let's talk about Jimmy Butler as the Warriors improved to 22-5 when Jimmy Butler suits up. And tonight, look, Steve Kerr mentioned his defense there. He got to the free throw line 7 times, but only attempted 4 field goal attempts. Not much to take away from this performance, Willie, from Jimmy Butler, in my opinion.
Yeah, to me, Bonte, the numbers are going to be underwhelming. But as Steve Kerr said, some of the things he does physically, his physicality, both offensively and defensively. And you look at the efficiency of Steph and Pods. I think that's directly related to his presence in the paint. And look, tonight they didn't need him to score whatsoever. And Jimmy's on record saying, I can score when I want to score and when I need to score. So he didn't need to do it tonight. But more importantly, and Steve mentioned this, I think they got the game over in the third quarter on the first night of a back-to-back, so they get some rest, recovery, take care of business tomorrow.
And Mully talks about the physicality and just him going downhill, what that does. It's the gravity. Him going into the paint forces defense to have to follow him and respect his game. And what does that do? That leaves trailers open on the outside. Who was the biggest benefactor of that? Brandon Pajemski, being able to hit some of those outside shots or receive it as a trail position, go up on a defender, dribble, use 2 dribbles and get into the mid-range. So you just saw what Jimmy Butler's presence on the floor does for their offense.
19 minutes and 31 seconds for Jimmy Butler. Again, he got the rest in the fourth quarter, 10 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And again, he says he'll score when he needs to score, and that could be coming soon in the next couple of weeks with the playoffs on the horizon. All right, 16 points as we check out the wild Western Conference standings. Oh, I like that double dose right there. 47-32 the Golden State Warriors are. Tied with Denver, and Denver has the tiebreaker. But the Warriors do have the tiebreaker over Memphis, so right now the Warriors are at 5. Memphis is at 6. The Clippers right now are taking on the San Antonio Spurs. And I believe that game is in the fourth quarter. I'll get that score in just a second. Minnesota loses, so they're now 46-33. 46-33. Clippers up 14, so they'll be tied with the Golden State Warriors at 47-32. So before the night is over, the Warriors will slide back down to 6 as the Clippers will,
Clippers
predict, will hold on to that victory.
Clippers
in
are
the
up like
fourth.
30 points almost.
Yeah, they're up 14.
Is
7
it?
minutes left.
But
7 minutes left.
The
I'm
loss
looking at the
column,
wrong score.
Bonte.
My bad.
That loss column, Minnesota at a loss, obviously they're 33. The Lake is at 31. So once again, you can look at that as a little progress report and some motivation, but take care of San Antonio tomorrow. They're now playing in L.A.
In L.A.
So hopefully, they wrap up there, take some quick showers, and get back home, get some rest for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to get the wins. Take care of the business in front of you. Everything else is going to figure itself out for the other teams. You got to handle your own.
The main thing is 6 or above. You can kind of look up there and say if the Lakers mess up, but make sure you're not in the play-in situation, so you have that week off.
And we could get that week off, too, right? That's exactly. So, let's check out the team stat comparison as the Warriors blow off the Phoenix Suns, shoot 48% from the floor, 37.5% for the three-point line. They out-rebound the Suns.
Đừng nói vậy nha. Chào cả mọi người đã quay trở lại. Các mọi người rất là vâng đây hôm nay bọn mình sẽ có tiêu đề là con kền đúng không? Mình sẽ có tiêu đề là con sứa. Đằng nào không cần tiêu đề đâu. Quen một